All right. Excuse me there. We got to see me sneeze, and you got to see a bunch of errors. But welcome to another edition of Babbling with Wacko Bob. Might as well just call it that. Create a whole thing. Oh, excuse me again. All right, as everyone knows, tomorrow I'll be doing my review of Fuller House. I'm not going to be doing anything on Facebook as far as a Facebook Live, but I figured let's do a little something here to talk about it here. And Fuller House, and for starters, who likes my shirt? Let's bring this down here for a moment so people can see. Most of the people who drive me crazy are in my family. Perfect, isn't it? But we're gonna, Fuller House is coming back up, and I will be doing my review of it tomorrow. Whoa, I'm sneezing like there's no tomorrow. But what do we think is going to happen with Fuller House? Do I think season 2 is going to be as good as season 1 is? One was? Well, yes. Well, the sneeze effect. The sneeze effect of the show. Wacko Bob's sneeze effect. Do I think Fuller House is going to be just as good? With the previews I saw, it's definitely going to be interesting. I do want to say that. I think it is going to be interesting. And I'd like to see what's going to happen. I like to see what's going to happen here. It took me a while to get used to it. I watched the first 4 episodes when it first debuted back in May, and I got to be honest with you. It took me a while to get hooked on it, but in the end, I was. I do have to admit to that, and I'm happy with what I saw. I am definitely happy with what I saw. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun and interesting to see. Of course, DJ Tanner now, DJ Fuller now, having to choose between an old high school sweetheart and someone who's now her business partner in a veterinarian clinic. I think there's a lot of good things, and of course I do have a Netflix account. I also got a profile for my sister, my sister Andrea. And Valentina as well too, and just so they could watch anything they want really on Netflix. But I kind of like where it went. Like I said, the one who plays Ramona, the one who does that character, great. Probably the best character on there out of all the kids, out of all the cast. Period. Probably. I think she gets the best lines. I think she has the best storyline going. I like the fact that. They are making permanent cast members out of the friend of Ramona's, who's going to be permanent with the cast, and as well as I should say the veterinarian, the other one that's after him. Of course, everyone knows about Steve, and I think she does date one of them. I do know previews showed them. She made up her mind, and then they showed them both getting girlfriends and whatnot, but I think she makes up her mind. As much as people from Full House who like the whole Steve DJ thing, I do think she is going to go the other way. That is my prediction with it. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I expect to see. I think you are going to see Matt, which is the name of the character, go out with finally become the boyfriend of DJ's. I think that's going to happen. I think something more is going to happen too with Jodie Sweetin, Stephanie, the character of Stephanie Tanner. I think you're going to see something happen there. But I go back to what I said before when I talked about season 1 just yesterday. It looks like this show, and it turns out they were trying to get it for about 7-8 years before it actually got on Netflix. And networks kept turning it down. It does look like something that should have happened, like I said, 10 years earlier, which I think would have been probably much better for the series, in my opinion. Just my opinion only. So, we'll see what season 2 a Fuller House brings you. We will do that. We will see how that one goes. As to quickly get into network news, because I will talk more in detail about Fuller House tomorrow after I do my thing, because I do have my music show to do for Christmas. I do want to make mention here too that we do have a couple of new shows. We have Michael Porter's Wrestle Shoot, for all those who remember Michael Porter. Michael Porter's Wrestle Shoot is back. Paula Joe is part of that one too, which I'm glad to know she is. I got to produce an interview with one of the members of the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton. Bobby Fulton, super nice guy, super great guy. It's great to have that one back. And another one of Michael Porter's visions that was already going on, which I'm probably going to have no choice but to be a co-host on, which is Roller Shoot, which just does the exact same kayfabe and storylines as wrestling does. And that one's gonna be a lot of fun too. And to really bring that one up just a little bit further for people that want to know why I'm going to be there is I'm hoping, because Georgia Haas, God rest her soul, she stayed in character as Ms. Georgia Haas, and of course it was all predetermined. Mike Summers and them talked about it. And of course, who comes on to really throw the real monkey wrench into it that ultimately made me the co-host? I got to be the bad guy co-host. The bad guy. and play the role of a bad guy, which I loved. I got to be the bad guy with Georgia Haas, Chuck Skull, Stephanie Garcia. And Stephanie Garcia, if you knew Sweet Stephanie, her in real life, she is 100% sweet. And it's great, and so I got to do that. I got to be the bad guy against the Icebox. I got to be the bad guy against a lot of them, and it was great. It was great. It was fun. Unfortunately, I did get caught in an error that Georgia Haas was able to get away with, and when it came down to Wacko Bob, 5 years in the making on Blog Talk Radio, when I was still with Blog Talk, it was something saying I had to invite her, and I'll tell you, John Guru Drew and them were not going to let me get away with it. And who came to my defense? Who came to my defense right away with that one? But Ms. Georgia Haas. The new roller derby bad guy, even though I can't skate worth a darn. Wacko Bob. Awesome. Awesome. Creating a team called the Fort Lauderdale Wackos. That was awesome too. So, Roller Shoot is coming back along with Wrestle Shoot. The Mike Summers radio show, which is an issues-oriented show.